Hey, what's up, guys? So before my construction here starts, I need to prepare three things. I need a storage space during the build, I need water access and electricity. And so the idea was to build a shed. I obviously thought about buying also a sea container, which probably would be even a cheaper option at the end. But sea containers at the end of the day are just a bit ugly, and I wanted something more appealing. I've never built a shed before or any similar object, so I have no idea what I'm doing. All I have is an internet connection and YouTube, so I mean, I guess how hard can it be, right?
I'm measuring the shed distance from the border. House project is in the works and I already know where the house is going to be located, so I need to make sure my shed stays minimum of 8 meters away from the house. And this is just the local legislation. Anything closer to 8 meters is a potential hazard in a case of fire. From the future fence it will be around 4 meters. I think it took me like 10 minutes when I realized what a bad decision this was, digging it with a shovel. I think an extra 100 for a neighbor with a tractor would have made perfect sense here. It probably took me around 2 hours just to remove the grass. I thought it might be hard to dig through all that soil, so I came prepared. Needed to get that top soil level soft so it would be easier to level. Now here, this is just my invention. At the time, I wasn't even sure if I can use it, but my original idea was to bury some pipes into ground, so I could put water pipe into one and electricity cable into the second pipe. Because the whole plan was to create a temporary water and electricity connection into the shed, so it would be locked away and not accessible so easily. I think I managed to dig around 80 centimeters in depth when I reached clay, and it got quite difficult to go any further than that. But I'll figure it out in the later phase since I don't know what I'm doing anyway. For the foundation, I ordered 4 tons of gravel and rented this plate compactor. And this is me trying to figure it out how to turn this thing on. Once I got a hang of this, I realized it wasn't even that effective, to be honest. I took the smallest one they had, but could have gone for a more heavy duty one.
here's an idea. Don't necessarily go to a Home Depot type of store. I found some companies in the near area who cut and sell their own lumber, and those prices were 40% cheaper than in a normal construction store. I mean, this is crazy price difference if you can cut the middleman out. So you can see I've created myself a very basic jig on a table, since I'll be cutting a lot of lumber into the same length, and I don't have a miter saw to use. Also, I'm preparing everything my friend's garden because, well, it's closer to home, and I got electricity here to charge my tools when needed. I mark each piece of wood since I'm cutting my back and side walls into length here and they're different. I think it took me around half a day just to go through back and side wall, front wall, and the roof rafters I will prepare on site. Finally, the day to move all the prepped lumber to site. Green ones are pressure treated and they will be sitting on top of the gravel. As soon as I loaded up all the lumber, it just had to start raining. But hey, work needs to be done, right? So it's natural for wood to bow on one side or another. So I'm just making sure that the bow stays in upwards direction. Now starting with the frame, it's pretty basic, I would say. Lumber is a 2x4 or 50 times 100. And the depth of the shed is going to be 2.8 meters. And since I had made all the cuts ready, it was just a matter of putting the puzzle here together. Don't even need to focus on getting that super exact 90-degree corner, because later I will be using OSB to get them corners nice and square. Since I had previously calculated the width between middle studs, I just cut out an exact piece that would just speed the process instead of going around and measuring everything. After half of the frame, I started putting those pressure treated pieces under there. Helped me keep it off the ground, which made it easier to screw it together.
That's another way how to get it perfectly rectangular.
In some places, I had to put some extra support between the studs because the OSB that I'm using is only 2.5 meters long, while the shed depth was 2.8, meaning I had to make some extra OSB cuts there. Now to attach the floor structure to the pressure treated wood, it's pretty straightforward. Just some metal plates to keep them nice and firm. I believe I had those metal L plates around every 1 meter on the side and on each stud in the middle. So yeah, that makes the first half. The length of the shed is just under 6 meters, so I decided to build two halves and put them together. It's probably something that you don't see that often, but I'm not so worried because the OSB floor and wall structure will tie it all together anyway into one big structure. So I screwed some extra long screws in under an angle to keep the pressure treated lumber in place. I think 2 screws on all 3 sides is enough.
Hey, what's up? This is the second day of building this foundation. Today I got to finish up some of the connections connecting the frame to the main studs on the ground and then attaching the OSB on top of it. But I still have one more issue I just found out. that I need to move this whole structure around 20 centimeters further and a little closer to the fence. And it's really heavy already. But I have an idea.
That was the only strap I could find in the car, and I used my towing hook to move the frame, and it actually worked. And because I attached the OSB to the floor before trying out this move, my whole structure kept its squareness perfectly. And I could say the structure was weighing around 200 kilos at the time. So yeah, no way I was going to move this on my own. I will explain the weight thing once I start with the walls.
I fucked up. What the fuck is that? How? Don't be an idiot. I'm an idiot. Measured 3 times, cut once. No, measured 10 times. I don't know. I measured once. That was not enough. And now with that, the flooring is complete. It took me 2 full days, both days I think 6 to 7 hours. It's now perfectly squared up, leveled, and the next stop, building the walls.